Hey everybody, welcome to my newbie BookTube channel. I'm glad you guys decided to click on this video. Uh, so, so I guess I should do introductions. So my name is Langston. Um, I'm a research geneticist, but I am also an avid book reader and book lover. I've been reading since I was a little kid. I definitely fell off it a few times, between K through 12, and then I think I picked it up. I picked it up again when I was in college, and then let it go again. And I feel like I'm just now, in the past year or two, I'm getting back into it. So I discovered I discovered BookTube a couple years ago, and I always thought it was really cool how a lot of these people were able to talk about and nerd out about the books that they were reading, and the books that they really really liked, and the books that they didn't like. But I thought it was really cool, and I wanted to add that. So far, I think, what I'm imagining is most of these videos are going to be sort of off the cuff. I'm not going to really plan out what I'm going to say too much. I sort of want you guys to get my off the brain thoughts on some of the books that I've been reading. I'm also planning on only really talking about books that I really, really like, at least for now. That can always change. But for now, I just want to talk about books that really left an impression on me. Thanks again for watching. That's it for introductions. Let's get into the book that I finished reading. This book is called Firebreak by Nicole Kornher-Stace. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name correctly. And this was a sort of medium-paced book. I had the audio version. I mostly read audiobooks. I listen, whatever. You know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. So I listened to the audiobook version of Firebreak. It was really, really good. I gave it 5 stars, and so the way I do my star system, my review system, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. The way I do it is, I sort of give it a number of stars based on how engaged I was with it and how much it was able to keep my attention. So 5 stars was I was super engaged almost all the time, and it kept my attention almost all the time. And then 4 stars is like most of the time for both of those categories, and 3 stars would be a decent amount. 2 stars would be, hopefully, well, I'm not going to really be talking about 2 books that I've given 2 stars, but 2 stars would be wasn't very engaged, wasn't very interested in it, didn't really hold my attention, and 1 star would be not at all. But anyway, I gave Firebreak 5 stars, and I want to start by reading the part of the description that, by the way, is on StoryGraph, and I will see if I can link the StoryGraph page and Goodreads page in the info box. I'm a new YouTuber. I don't know what this is called. I don't know what half this stuff's called. So let me go ahead and read you part of the description. So, 2 corporations have replaced the U.S., splitting the country's remaining 45 states. 5 have been submerged under the ocean between them: Stellaxis Innovations and Greenleaf. There are 9 supercities within the continental U.S., and New Liberty City is the only amalgamated city split between the 2 mega corporations, and thus at a perpetual state of civil war. as feeds broadcast the atrocities committed by each side. Here, Mallory streams Salaxis's war games sec ops of Best Life, spending more time jacked in than in the world just to eke out a hard scrabble living from tips. When a chance encounter with one of the game's rare super soldiers leads to a side job for Mal, looking to link an actual missing girl to one of the SecOps characters, Mal's sudden burst in online fame rivals her deepening fear of what she's uncovering about Best Life's developer, and puts her in the kind of danger she's only experienced through her avatar. So, yeah, that sort of gives you a good overall description. I really enjoyed this book. I'm probably going to keep saying that over and over throughout this video. But I just did. It was so, like, the characters were so captivating and relatable to me. Like, so basically, the main character, Mal, if you didn't get it from the description, Mal lives in, I believe she lives in, like, a crowded, like, dilapidated hotel building with, like, and she's bunking with, like a dozen other people in one room. And there is a water shortage in the city, so people in the city are only allotted a certain amount of water, which you use on your, I guess, like your ID. I can't remember if they were using cards or something else, but so you can only get a certain amount of water each day to use. And one of the ways that Mal gets by is by teaming up with her friend Jessa, or Jess. I'm blanking. I might be misremembering her name, but she teams up with her friend who lives in the same room as her, and they play this war game, like this war video game that they can jack into. So it's sort of like what's the name of that anime? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I know y'all will say it in the comments, but so it's sort of like like in that sort of sense. So people in this world have these smart contact lenses, basically, that let them interact with the internet and other things around them. So you can jack into the video game, and it's sort of, I imagined it almost like a Call of Duty type of game. Excuse me. I imagine it as sort of a Call of Duty type game. So you can walk across the environment and kill enemies that spawn. There are areas in the game where you could go after other players. And one of the things that you can also do is you can have a super soldier on as a part of your team. And there are 12, I believe, super soldiers that you can choose from, but there are only 12. So someone can steal a super soldier from you. I guess they kill you. Yeah, I think when you die, that super soldier is up for grabs. So, and I won't be spoiling. Yeah, this is a non-spoiler review, but so Mal gets recruited by this mysterious woman named B, and she's tasked with finding out about this girl that B, the woman who hired her, knew years ago. She's trying to see if the little girl is still alive and where she is. B has an idea. I won't tell you what the theory is because I don't want to get too into the story, because I feel like if I get too into it, I think I'm just gonna spoil the whole thing. So I'm trying to hold myself back here a little bit. But so B has an idea of where the little girl is, and she basically wants Mal and her friend Jess to sort of do some, I guess, like detective work in game, to find out where this little girl who went missing years ago is, and then they stumble across a conspiracy, in the game and in the city, and it's just a really it was so compelling. I loved the characters. It seemed like they were a diverse cast of characters. Um, I do, I guess I do wish that some of the other characters, which I got the impression that they were characters of color, I do wish that they had been a little more fleshed out, which they were towards the end. Like you got to see more of their personality, I feel like, towards the end, which was really cool. I liked that. But like seeing that just sort of made me wish I could sort of go back and like I found myself wishing, oh, I wish I knew more about uh, Keisha is one of the characters, is one of the side characters, but I wish I knew more about Keisha, like towards the beginning of the book. Or, I mean, now that's just me talking. That probably like, and as I'm saying it, I'm thinking, okay, maybe that would mess with the pacing, but you know what I mean. Um, but yeah, anything else? I'm trying to think of anything else that I want to say. Um, can't think of anything. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I did remember. I was about to sign off, but so one of the main themes in the book, I feel like, was the it's like really the dangers of capitalism, which a lot of us know about today. Um, yeah, so it's another story about how large mega corporations can, if you give them too much control over your average, like your everyday life, how it can really sort of paint you in a corner, like, and so and then one day you'll look up and be like, wow, this company is running everything, is just really controlling my life, which we don't know what that's like at all. Having a company influence your day-to-day activities and obtaining the resources that you need to stay alive, can't relate. Not at all. So it's such a weird concept, but but yeah, that was definitely a huge theme in the book. And what I liked about it was when the conspiracy is uncovered. Well, actually, I'm trying to think. Do I want to say this? I think it's okay. So towards the end of the book, um, I think one of the subtle things that it tries to highlight is how each person who was part of the conspiracy, who was a part of like the evil organization or whatever, how like they're not the people who you at first think are like the bad guys really aren't. Like, not to say that they not to say that they did a great job and they're awesome people, but like, because they definitely messed up. Um, but it's just like you can see that, and the character also realizes that, wow, this is bigger than one person. This is a systemic issue that we have in this city and in our society, where this is normal, where a company gets to control how much water you get per day. And I mean not just drinking water, I mean brushing your teeth, taking a shower, you know, in addition to your drinking water. Like, all of that is rationed. Um, and I really like the message that it sort of brings. And one of the other things about this was I kind of want to see this turned into like a Black Mirror episode because it really reminds me of Black Mirror. I could really see that being a Black Mirror episode. So I don't know. Hopefully, if this book gets more buzz, yeah, hopefully if this book gets more buzz, then it'll be turned into a movie or TV show. I kind of, and speaking, I know we were just talking about large corporations and how bad they can be, but I do kind of hope Netflix picks it up and sort of incorporates it into Black Mirror. I think that would be awesome. But yeah, I think that's about all I have to say. So this video should be up Sunday, I'm thinking. Yeah, Sunday, March 13th. If it doesn't, if it's not, if it's like after the 13th, then oh well, y'all be alright. I'm new to this editing thing too, sorta. So, but yeah, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I guess keep an eye out for the next video. See ya.